This by now should be a familiar picture to people who've been subbed for a while, where I've described the inside of the blob. Now, what's going on in this picture? For people who are new here or just to freshen up for folks who need a reminder. This describes our trifecta of foreign policy establishments. And again, foreign policy just means the American empire instead of the American homeland. We are an empire that stretches the globe. We must manage our empire affairs, our vassal states, our markets. And so we have three big agencies in the government that do that. And none of these agencies are allowed to operate at home. Those are the State Department for U.S. national interests, the Defense Department, the Pentagon, for national security, and our intelligence community, which provides covert or plausibly deniable assistance on national interest grounds or national security grounds. National security grounds meaning a military threat. National interest, if you remember, it's we want it, we got it. National interest means anything. Does it make us richer? Do we want it? Okay. Now, the part that I've left out of this to avoid confusion is a big old entity right in the middle of them. That entity is USAID. Now, USAID was created in the early 1960s by President John F. Kennedy because the American empire had been tripping over itself for some time. Because when we set up the CIA in 1947 and we reframed the Department of War to the Department of Defense in 1947, and we began this creation, really expansion, dramatic expansion of the American empire abroad, outside, we had the DoD doing international development work, so to speak, for military reasons. We had the State Department doing international development work, if you will, humanitarian work, supporting local institutions for national interest reasons. And we had the CIA doing its own thing. So they were all tripping over each other. The Pentagon, the State Department, and the CIA were all tripping over each other. There was no centralized agency to coordinate all the different reasons that we run money into foreign countries to influence the course of events in those countries. Again, they all face outward. They're supposed to. What is USAID? When people hear the name USAID, they focus on aid. They focus on thinking like it's humanitarian work. But aid is not actually in the name of USAID. USAID stands for the United States Agency for International Development, not aid. It's not a charity. And international development is simply capacity building.